They're making a third one.
They're making a third one.
Dude, I barely made it through the first one.
Oh my god, it looks fucking epic. You didn't like that movie?
I don't know.
The first one.
The first one. I didn't even bother with the second one.
Oh, it's good, dude. It's like, I don't know. I didn't feel cheated. It's a lot of the same, like, you know, it's a lot of the same humor, right? But, oh my god. I swear to God. The first one, man. When, what's the actor's name? Leslie, help me out. Leslie Chow is the... Chow or Cho, the character?
The naked Asian guy that jumps out of the trunk at the end there.
Epic.
Yeah, that guy, yeah.
Me,
he's in Pepsi ads now or whatever.
I about pissed my pants when I first saw that. I was like, what is going on? There's like a little Asian man, naked, you know, jumps out of a trunk. It's just comedic genius, man. No, I mean, I don't know. Seriously, though, like, I dug that movie.
There ain't nothing funnier but a naked Asian man jumping onto the back of the car.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Prior to that, I never would have thought, I wouldn't have fathomed that would be as funny as it was to me. You know, I would have given myself a little more credit that I wouldn't have found that as funny as it did. I, like, literally I peed a little bit, I think. I really did when I first saw that. But, yeah, I don't know. And then the second one, a lot of the same idea, you know. I mean,
there's only so many variations on a dick joke.
Right. But, I don't know, man. Zach Galifianakis, some of the stuff he pops off with, like, you know, just like the...
Well, the Indiana Jones bag, that was funny.
There's a lot of that in there. They get tasered. I mean, see, that's the whole thing. That's the funny thing, I think, with that movie is, like, you say when you're like, oh, man, it wasn't that funny. And then... But this part was funny. Oh, and the part where he gets tased, that's kind of funny.
Well,
you know what I mean?
in the setting in which I saw...
Tyson, come on.
Because I didn't see it in the theater. I borrowed the DVD off of somebody.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sure if I would have went with a group of people...
Right, that's true.
And we all...
then you're laughing.
And people that have senses of humor, because there are some people I know that don't.
Right.
And they saw the movie and you're like, oh, that was a big waste of time. But
really?
That's whatever.
Yeah.
That's their lack of sense of humor.
Right.
Or their small brain pan not allowing the comedy in.
Ouch. Thanks for tuning in. We just lost our listener. He's like, yeah.
But yeah, so I sit in my house by myself watching the thing. A lot of it was telegraphed to me. It's like I saw the punchline coming at me.
Right. I mean, there is a lot of that.
Which it seemed like it was a Warner Brothers attempt at an Apatow movie to me.
Yeah, I mean,
which is that just kind of killed it. It's like because I saw it. We've all seen that. We've all seen the movie before. It had a different title, and it had Seth Rogen in it,
right,
instead of Zach Galifianakis.
Right. Oh yeah.
And we've all seen Step Brothers.
Oh man.
Which
Sprechen Dick. Just. Oh man, I'm gonna put my nuts on your drum kit. As a drummer, I knew how just tragic that would really be. You don't mess with another man's drum kit, man. And
especially putting your testicles on it. Yeah, that's the line I wouldn't cross. I am such a great friend. I would not put my balls on your drum kit.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. It's good to know that you won't cross that line.
It's like that is the lengths I will go for you. I will not put my balls on your drum kit.
Much appreciated.
If
you were a drummer, I would return the favor. I would also not do that. But, oh, man, I mean... Yeah, I don't know. So I saw some. They posted some stills. I don't know if it was official or not. You know, with Twitter or something. One of the actors posted some stuff. So obviously, you know, it was like one of those air quotes leaked.
Oh yeah,
leaked photos.
Which means the studio put it out.
I want to create a little bit of buzz. So.
Like, really? We're in the business of taking your money off of you. Why would we put a product out there that you don't know about?
Right. Yeah. So it's one of those. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. You know, I hope so. Sometimes you just want to have a movie that's just kind of dumbed down and just makes you laugh. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I think for me that it was good for that. both of them, where it was kind of like they came out at good points where it was kind of like, oh, I needed that laugh, I needed that kind of just stripped down.
Yeah, but see, if you're looking for a stripped down funny movie, you go see that Pacific Rim movie that's coming out.
Right, that's not intended.
It's not intended to be a comedy, but it's going to be the funniest damn movie of the year.
Probably ever see. Probably within the last
that might be damn near as funny as those Twilight movies.
Yeah, I think.
I sadly missed the boat on Twilight because
because you're not a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, and because whenever the last movie came out, I went to go see, what was it, The Rum Diary or whatever.
Oh, right.
And
how was that? You know what? I've never seen that.
That was badass. If you're a Hunter S. Thompson fan,
and I am, I want to see. But I was like worried though that, oh man, they're gonna butcher his work.
Not really, because Johnny Depp was a friend.
So it was like.
And what he did was, because he could go to Disney and say, "Oh, you're making another one of those dumbass pirate movies.
Right.
I'll be in it, and here's my price." He throws a number at them. They throw that amount of money back at him, and he's in a pirate movie, and then he takes that money
and does something
like The Rum Diary.
Yeah. So how was it, man? So we'll give us a premise here.
It was
for our listeners that are not.
It was a young Hunter S. Thompson.
Which everyone has to check out. Just go to your library.
Yes.
And just check out.
And don't start with the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That'll
turn you off to the better stuff. Just start at the beginning.
Yeah, you gotta just get some of the magazine articles that he wrote for Rolling Stone and all that. But the Rum Diary, it is his time in Puerto Rico.
All right.
It's somewhat fictionalized to make it more interesting, obviously.
Right.
And he's working for this struggling newspaper that eventually folds, and he ends up working with this tourist bureau guy, and they're trying to buy up some land that is currently being used to test United States weapons, munitions, and whatnot.
Oh, nice.
But the trailer, before the movie had started...
Okay, I'll just play it. Yeah.
...was Breaking Dawn, the fucking Twilight... or whatever the fuck...
No.
It's like, really?
Because that's the same type.
I'm going to go see... Well, because they saw Johnny Depp.
Right.
Johnny Depp's in this movie, so let's get our dopey gay Twilight trailer attached to this film somehow. And the lights go down, and luckily this was like I go to the movies early in the day. I will catch the first matinee.
I'm a full-on matinee.
Where there is
the theater's empty, dude.
Where all the scumbags get up late. Right. I will go because I just can't deal with some jackass coughing up lung butter in the back of my hair, like at the Hobbit.
Yeah, but unfortunately that happens in way too many.
Yeah, because some people just don't know how to cover their mouths.
Right.
I don't know.
I like the theater, whatever cleaning supply they use that makes the theater smell like a dirty diaper.
Yes.
That was like the showcase dilemma.
Well, and I found out what that was because the one out by where I used to work, their bathroom, and because they had
told me this before.
They had bathrooms outside of each theater.
They would just waft in, man.
And not even that, because I get just out of the economics of it, they share ductwork.
I mean, but that's brilliant.
Well,
breathe it in.
Yeah, but who knew you would be using pungent urinal cakes?
Right.
And these awful products
this is terrible,
that would just waft into the theater through the ventilation system.
It's terrible.
But anyway, so I'm there. The Rum Diary, the lights come down.
Back to it.
And the previews start, and it's the Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1 or 2 or 5
whatever was the current.
Whatever the current Twilight title was that was incredibly lame.
Right. Because let's need our Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's like let's make vampires emo.
Right.
Why we needed to make emo vampires?
That's what it was. They needed that studio needed their Harry Potter. They needed to have a fucking 8 movie bullshit franchise to kind of like Because it's anyway.
Yeah,
so
anyway.
Rum Diaries, you're there.
So
you're stuck
first
watching
trailer
this.
is this awful Breaking Dawn thing. You see Kristen Stewart on the street trying to say her lines. She's
every
not sure.
movie. She's the same. Dude.
Every movie, same character. There's this time now she's a vampire. Whatever.
Right. She's just bored. She looks bored in every role she plays, man.
They're on the screen comes this vampire guy. He looks like he's one of the Lollipop Guild, or like he's like an extra out of the Sgt. Pepper video.
Oh no!
And but he's like a goth Sgt. Pepper suit kind of deal going because he's vampire.
Right.
So he's all goth.
Oh, you'd have to be.
But he's got like this Sgt. Pepper deal going on, and I lost it. I'm just gut laughing hysterically, and I start gut laughing almost immediately after the had to have been teenage girls, I don't know, who they aimed these movies at, because they certainly don't aim them at me.
Right.
And these girls they're sitting there and they're like, ooh, the Twilight trailer, ooh.
Oh, read the throat.
And then I just bust out laughing hysterically.
Right, that's
because of the combination of them going, ooh, the Twilight trailer. And then while there's emo guy in a Sgt. Pepper costume and he's all goth and whatever.
All right, I gotta rock this out. So, yeah. So all right. Here we're gonna rock
we go.
this out.
All right, we might have to.
I'm thinking it's this one, 2011.
Okay.
Is when the Rum Diary came out.
All right. Although you might have to mute that because I don't know if we'll be able to clear.
No, you're right. I got it.
Yeah.
All right. So
okay, here we go. It's the green thing that says it's approved for all appropriate audiences. We can do the audio or the commentary on this.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a nice river scene here.
Yeah, and it's buffering.
Oh, buffering.
All right, we'll come back.
Okay, yeah, whatever. It's buffering.
So anyway, you got Sgt. Pepper rolling in.
Yeah, and I just and then there's the lame werewolf guy comes crawling in or leaping in or whatever the hell werewolves do, and this has to be like the new Rocky Horror. They have to do midnight showings of Twilight so we can like go throw hot dogs at each other.
Yes.
Or like burnt toast and shit.
Right.
Or there was a wedding in this damn movie. We can go throw rice at each other just like they do at the Rocky Horror. Because this movie, it was so laughably bad, and this was only the 5-minute choice cuts that they wanted to show us in the trailer.
This is their selling point.
This was their selling point, and I'm damn near urinating myself from laughing so hard.
Epically bad.
And I don't know what anybody else's reaction in the theater was to me laughing hysterically.
Right. Well, you know what? To Kristen Stewart's credit, I did hear, and this was pretty funny, people were like up in arms because I guess she publicly trashed that franchise that she was part of, kind of just like, because, somebody was like, for probably like Teen Beat or whatever the hell, like, what are you going to do? How are you handling this, being over? And she was like, it's about time, basically. So many words, right? I mean, at least that's what I heard.
She's like, oh, thank God, now I can go do something else for the summer.
Right, at least, so I'm sure that...
It's like, oh, now I can go ruin a bad book, like, on the road.
Right, pretty much everyone involved with that franchise, basically everyone but the fans of the movies, like, knows that it's crap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they know that they're putting out crap.
And these are the same people that go to these movies that watch American Idol and what have you. So, yeah.
That's a whole other thing for me, man.
That was...
Oh, my God. That'll be a different...
Yeah, that'll be another 3-day marathon. Us ranting against a game show that gives you the next record you're gonna steal off the internet.
Why did I do what I did? You know what I mean? I go into a lot of debt.
When you could have just gone on a game show.
Fucking pitch correction, man.
Yeah.
Who needs that?
You could have just
Why
gone
study? Why learn?
Why do anything when you can go on a game show and have this British tart guy?
Well, he's the one dude, though. I thank God for him, man, because, like, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, and who the hell is Randy Jackson? I've never heard of him until this show.
He's actually quite...
Did he have any credentials?
He's quite an accomplished bass player. I know that. I don't know what he, like...
okay, so let's put an accomplished bass player on there. Let's put Lemmy on American Idol.
That would be awesome.
I mean, hell, I want to know.
I would love that.
I want to know what producer wanted fired so badly from that show that they got Iggy Pop to show up on there.
Wait, what?
Iggy Pop showed up on an episode of American Idol. It was the first year that the lady from Aerosmith was on. What the fuck is?
Oh yeah, Tyler.
Yeah. The lady from Aerosmith was on. It was her first year.
She's got the big lips.
Yeah, and then there was the Jennifer Lopez thing.
All right. See, oh man.
And they were on location somewhere or whatever.
I just know Paula Abdul was like a hot mess.
That's
like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's like that pretty much like. And why was she on there?
Yeah, really? Do we need a Laker girl?
Right.
You know, but whatever. Yeah, so Iggy shows up because the only reason you call Iggy Pop and say, hey, do you want to do this? He's going to say yes.
That's pretty badass. We should see if we could interview Iggy Pop
because he understands like there's a shelf life here.
Right.
Let's get some money so I can pay some bills, so then I can go off and do what I want.
Hey, because being a musician, it doesn't give you dental.
Exactly. I mean? So, there is no rock and roll health care plan.
Mm-mm.
So,
I can attest to that. So
Iggy, he shows up on American Idol. It's on YouTube. Somebody posted it. I think he sang Louie Louie. I forget what the hell song he did, but he was like right up on top of.
Yeah. He's right up on top.
He was right up on top of Jennifer Lopez doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he was just completely all up in her face singing because they were the three or four of them. They were sitting at a table.
Yeah.
And then Iggy's kind of leaning over the table with the microphone right in her face.
Nice.
And he was just going right at it, being Iggy.
That's awesome, man.
And it was. You have to check that out.
Yeah. I'll see if I can post it while we do it.
It's posted somewhere on YouTube.
We'll have a link.
And it's definitely worth checking out. Yeah. And I would highly recommend it if you want a good laugh at Jennifer Lopez's expense, and who doesn't?
Right. I mean, I think everyone in this room.
Yeah.
Would be like
all two of us. Yes.
Yeah. So, all right, man. I think that's a wrap.
We'll call it quits. Even though we barely talked about The Hobbit, which was our intent, but whatever. That
would be fodder for us. We
will choose another topic to speak about, and then talk about nothing but The Hobbit. That's what we'll do next time.
It works for me, bro.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for tuning in.